Hey folks, this is the Fighting Nerd, Ray Chlensky, and his co-host, Jolly Roger, coming to you from the Resistance Bunker. It should be a pretty quick one today, folks. I guess it's sort of tradition for the YouTubers that cover things related to knife personal protection, survival, all of that stuff, to show you what they carry every day. For the nerdy people that tune into the channel, and not the fighting people that tune into the channel, EDC stands for Everyday Carry. Just the knives and other gear that you carry with you every day. So, the first thing that is my constant companion is my Kershaw CQC8 folder. They call it a tactical folder. Not sure what they mean by that, really. I mean, everything's tactical these days. It's just an excuse to add on a couple of bucks to the price, I suppose. I did a full review on this. I will put a link to it at the bottom of this video. Nice little knife. It replaced a CRKT M16 ZSF because I was looking for something smaller. The ZSF, the M16 ZSF is a big folding knife, and I just wanted something a little bit more space economy. It's more economical with space. The second thing is not truly an EDC. It's almost EDC. I can't say I wear this every day, but I wear it probably 60-65% of the time, I would guesstimate. This is a Schrade. There we go. SCFH 15 fixed blade knife, Tonto point. This is its original sheath, but the original belt loop that they had on it was a nightmare. It was uncomfortable, not versatile at all. The blade shook around on your belt. So I ditched that and put on a Tek-Lok, and when I carry this, it's horizontally on my belt. Great little knife, about 25 bucks. And I don't like to crowd my pockets with a lot of stuff. So I wear this pouch on my belt. Go ahead and call it a man purse. I can take it. Right, and I carry a flashlight. It's got a little place. I think it's actually supposed to be for a pen, but it's a nice. I gotta carry a little flashlight. And this is a really cheapo LED light. Takes a AA battery, not a Surefire or anything like that. I think I paid $3 for this about 4 years ago at Lowe's. But it'll help you see in the dark. And it's aluminum, so it's fairly sturdy. I've dropped this a couple of times. It's got a rubberized button on it, so rain shouldn't get in it. It's decently bright, not fantastic. I don't have a concealed carry permit right now, so I don't carry a firearm, but you could, in a pinch, shoot with this. Would a Surefire be better? Yeah, but you're paying, what, at least $100 for a flashlight like a Surefire? And in most cases, you break down, you just need a flashlight to see if your battery cables are connected right. This will do you just fine. And that's kind of one of my philosophies about gear in general. It's better to have something that is not even remotely top of the line, that will do the job, than a $100 piece of equipment that you're in the process of saving up to buy, but don't have yet when you get stuck in the rain and get stuck in the dark in the rain at 3 o'clock in the morning, and you don't have a flashlight. You know, it's one of those things, like a flashlight or any gear. If you have something that's cheap that will do the job adequately, and you can have it now, and you have it when you need it, that's better than something that will do the job fabulously well, that you're not going to be able to buy for a couple of months and don't have when you really need it. Of course, like everybody, cell phone, nothing spectacular about the cell phone. Not top of the line, it didn't cost me $800. It does what I need it to do. And I have on my, I have my wallet here. It's a RFID blocker, so nobody scans my card chips and clears out my already meager bank account. And then on my keys here, which I also keep in the man purse, just keys, house keys, things like that, but I carry a K-Bar LDK, which is last ditch knife. And that's exactly what it is. It's last ditch. If you don't have anything else, you've got this. And if you started poking at somebody with this thing and you're holding it like that, it would deter any aggression directed against you. Now, it comes with the paracord. I use the paracord as a wrap. I put the wrap on there. But it was intended for use as a neck knife. That's not something that I really would like. I would want to do. Even if it's cheap 550 cord or paracord clone. I think this is genuine 550. If you're using that for a neck knife, it's just a handle for somebody to strangle with. Why would you want to do that? Get a breakaway chain. But anyway, there's that. And speaking of neck knives, most generally, other than my cross here, which I always wear, so you can call that an everyday carry. Some stuff protects the body, some stuff protects the spirit. I have a cold steel hideout. Notice the breakaway chain. Now, a lot of people like knives, a lot of people don't. But if you're just around and you're just like wearing sweats, you're not wearing a belt. You're doing whatever. You don't have your stuff in your pockets or whatnot. You throw this on your neck when you get up in the morning or something like it, and it's ready to go. And I think this was under $30. I can't remember exactly how much I paid for it. But it's a hideout. It's another one. It's not as last ditch as the last ditch, but it's something that you can always have. And of course, before I got hurt and fell down the stairs and screwed out my knee, I would mow the lawn. Usually I was doing it in my sweatpants. So I didn't have a belt on, and I usually didn't put my clip-on knife when I was doing that, because the pants were kind of baggy and the lips of the pants the pockets weren't really designed for having a knife come in and out of them. And I noticed when I tried to do that, then it tore up the pants too much. So this is just a way that you can always have a blade with you no matter how you're dressed. You can just throw it over your neck and at least you've got something to open boxes with. Or, one time when I had to make a slight adjustment on the lawnmower and didn't want to go around the house into the garage for a screwdriver. Listen, I know knife guys are saying, you're using a knife for a screwdriver. Hey, a knife's a tool. If you have to use it like that, you have to use it like that. So, it's a pretty short one. This is going to be a pretty short video. There it is. But the thing of it is, this was $25. The Kershaw was, it lists on the Kershaw website for like $80. Suggested retail price. I got it on Amazon for $40. So I would call this a mid-end or a mid-range knife price, but it's a very solid construction. I don't have any, I haven't had any problems with the reliability or lockup or anything like that. Like I said, I'll put on that. I did a full review on this, which I will link to. But yeah, but you know, $40. I think the wallet cost about 20. Of course, that says the flashlight's 3, and I think that's my biggest thing. The LDK was 15, I think, if that. You don't have to break a lot of money to have some decent everyday things to carry around with you. You know, with the flashlight, it's small, it's cheap, and there's really no reason for not carrying a small flashlight with you because they're so small and they're so inexpensive. And as I said, with something like a flashlight, when you need one, you really need one. So you don't have to break the bank to have some decent gear. I consider anybody that doesn't have a wallet that blocks those IFRD readers you're out of your minds. They don't cost all that much. But especially if if you are someone that is blessed with having a lot of money, or you have really good credit, one guy with a little technological gizmo can come by and wipe you out. Right? So why not have something? They have flexible wallets that have IFRD blockers in it. Okay, but to me, it's just a no-brainer. So, but I think one of my philosophies is if there's a moral to this video, is a lot of people I think that if you can't have something that's way high end, if you can't have a Benchmade knife, if you can't have a Spyderco knife, if you can't have a Surefire flashlight, then don't carry one. I've actually had people say, well, if I don't want to carry, I want to, I'll save up until I have the best. Well, while you're saving up, what happens if you need it? If you're saving up for, brand X, but you get into a situation when you need it and you really wish that you would have bought brand Y, at least as a stopgap. Do what you can with the resources that you have. And yes, if you want to upgrade, that's fine later on. But, if a lot of the times, if you're out and about, you need a knife, you really need it. If you need a flashlight, you really need it. You need your money. And if you're going to spend $10 or $15 to keep somebody from reading those chips and wiping you out financially, why not? Why would you not want to? So I did a video about knife snobs, and there's gear snobs, and well, I'm not carrying it unless I paid a fortune for it. Right? When that $3 flashlight will help you see your battery cables, and you have it, that $3 flashlight is much better than the $150 Surefire that's on your wish list on Amazon because you don't have the money for it. So, and I think that's a lesson for everything. If you have it with you when you need it and it works, it's good. All right, I will leave you with that. Remember to draw your knives only in just purpose. Sheathe them only with honor. This is the Fighting Nerd and his co-host, Jolly Roger, bidding you good night from the Resistance Bunker. Good night.